Hi, I'm Evan Slodgy, and today I'm going to be talking about wild mustangs and burros in the West. Brought to North America in the 1400s for transportation and for labor, these horses have played a huge role in the development of the United States, allowing people to venture farther, work twice as hard, and get twice as much work done in a day than ever before. These horses have molded the West in the United States, and they are a cornerstone to our history and to what we see in America. Unfortunately, due to poor management and ignorance, the wild horses are living in horrible conditions and are destroying our local land and ecosystem. The public needs to be educated on the issue at hand of wild horses and burros, and to allow the Bureau of Land Management, the BLM, to take further action to help reduce the population to the appropriate management level, which is the ALM. According to the BLM, there are 81,951 horses and burros in the western states of Arizona, California, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Utah, and Wyoming. Now, the appropriate AML, which is the appropriate management level for these horses, in all of the states is 26,690. The population is more than 3 times greater than the AML. And the population is also growing 13% each year. This results in very poor life for these horses and burros, and damages our ecosystem by, like Tyler mentioned, stomping out water holes around, cutting off or eating the plants in the pastures and in the prairies down to the roots, which also creates the horse to colic and die and kills that plant forever, and makes it very hard for these plants to regrow and regenerate. Now, in the documentary Unbranded, a biologist from Montana State University talks about how these horses have gone to a point where he's seen a foal nursing from its dead mother that is either A, colicked and died, or starved to death because all that's left to eat is the sagebrush, which has no nutritional value whatsoever and creates problems in the herds when they eat it. Now, the BLM has been experimenting with a number of different tactics and options to try to reduce the population of these wild horses. But only one tactic they have come up with has been efficient in the public eye, has been efficient enough to round up these horses, and has been okay in the public eye, somewhat okay. Still creates a bunch of protests, and that's just to take a helicopter, round up these horses in the prairies and the pastures, and to put them in captivity for the rest of their lives. Now, they have also experimented with growth suppression treatments, like fertility shots and stuff like that, but unfortunately, it's not as effective as we would like it to be. In a June 2013 report, the National Academy of Sciences found that no highly effective, easily delivered, and affordable fertility control methods were currently available to manage wild horses and burros. We would all like an easy way to manage and to reduce the populations, but unfortunately that's just not going to happen. And so I think that the BLM should take another step forward to start euthanizing these horses, and euthanizing horses that have been in captivity for a long time and that are elder and will not be adopted. This will create more room within these holding facilities to take in more horses off the rangelands to try to reduce the population, and it will also save a lot of money. Now, according to the BLM, it costs about $50,000 over a horse's lifetime in feed and water to keep it alive, and that's a single horse. There's over 45,000 horses in holding facilities across the West. It would be more efficient, more effective, more cost-effective, and it would help reduce the population. It would take about 25 years to start to see results, but it would be a lot faster than fertility control methods, which you could take 50 plus years to see. There are over, like I just mentioned, there are over 45,000 wild horses and burros. in holding facilities over the West. It's really sad to see these horses go from running free in the prairies to an 8x8 pen or in a pasture with 100 other horses in a holding facility. I highly encourage anyone who either owns a horse or is considering owning a horse to go and educate themselves on the BLM adoption program and to see what is necessary to own a Mustang. These horses are great horses and they're well adapted for anything and everything, and more people need to be educated on these horses so they can adopt them, so we could try to get these horses out of these holding facilities. Now, you can get these horses very cheap for about $250 in the adoption event, and a lot of them already come trained. The BLM has an agreement with most prisons, or a lot of prisons in Nevada, and they'll actually have these inmates, a program set up where these inmates will train horses for about 6 months at a time, focusing on one horse and one inmate, and they'll get these horses trained up and they'll send them to the auction, and you can actually adopt a horse that's already trained. There's also a tip training method where you can hire a tip trainer from the BLM to come to your place, and it's relatively cheap to train these horses, and the tip trainer will give you a set amount for this many weeks, and you can actually pay that tip trainer, and the trainer will come to your house every day and train that horse. Unfortunately, we cannot let these wild horses in burrows run free in the West because of man's influence. Trust me, I would love to see them run free as much as anyone else would, but it shouldn't be at the cost of our land and at the cost of our and other native species. Nature is a balance of everything, and as soon as you tip that balance, things start to fall apart. There's too many horses, and now the land is falling apart. These horses have created way too much damage just let run free, and there needs to be more done on the BLM's part and on the public's part to help these horses live better lives than they are currently living. That is my speech.